I think. That's
Got a full
generally the way I do
screen.
things.
Yeah, the taskbar for some reason remains. Oh well, I don't need it. Doesn't matter if I've got a taskbar.
That actually happened to me a little while ago. I solved it by just like closing the program and reopening it, which I wouldn't recommend because we're actually recording now.
No, I will not do that now. It would have detrimental effects. But yeah, everyone, please be aware. I am seeing a taskbar right now overlaid on the bottom of the LA Noire screen, so don't be alarmed if I mention the taskbar.
Speaking of tasks and bars, probably I don't know. Cole might be going to get drinks, but tasks. We're on arson desk now.
Arson. There will probably be less bars in this than in any other desk. I'm thinking.
So Cole has destroyed his marriage, ruined his political or public reputation, probably destroyed any political ambitions that he has.
Yep, his career is dead. Also, all of his friends are dead. Remember, like, all those people who died in the last case, they were like his old squad in the Marines.
Were they really his friends, though? Like,
well, I
you
say
saw how they
friends,
reacted
but,
to him.
Yeah, they didn't seem like friends, did they? So we don't actually know much about most of those people, because the military flashbacks didn't show most of them. We knew Kelso and Courtney Sheldon, but everyone else hadn't been in the original little set of flashbacks, because they took place after Sugar Hill, this squad. Anyway, let's have a look at the arson desk. The gas man. Time to meet the best of the partners.
Oh, hey, it's Instaheat. I remember them. A dude brained a pig with one of those pipes.
Nice. I wonder whether this gas pipe will be related to arson in any way.
Probably not. It's actually probably just like a nice repairman. There's going to be an explosion way off in the background. He's going to be like, ah!
yeah. Like an opening to a look around you video. I can't hear much. Have you got the sound?
Sound's working for me.
Oh yeah, it was just that I was talking, so I couldn't hear myself.
Keep it down. Cole Phelps joins the arson squad today. How'd you like porking that German whore, Phelps?
That's just unnecessary.
Phelps is up before a review board in December. Till then, he works the arson desk.
Wait.
End of story.
I thought
Phelps.
he was supposed to turn in his badge and gun.
What you did or didn't do, Phelps.
Looks like they haven't arrested him yet.
You're a good case man.
Well, also they don't.
Fuck up on my
Adultery
detail,
may or
I'll
not
have you
serious
out of here
crime.
before your feet touch the ground. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, sir.
Cap, we don't want a fucking rat like Phelps. Can it, Tilden? Phelps, I'm partnering you with Herschel Biggs.
I don't do partners. You know that, Cap.
You do now, Biggs.
That's a very classic detective thing.
Like you
Yes, it is.
get along just
Also,
fine.
did you recognize that voice?
Biggs will show you the ropes, Phelps.
This is arson. There are no ropes.
Biggs?
It shouldn't.
He
take
sounds
long.
familiar, but...
Start with these two.
He's the
Oh,
narrator
he is, isn't he?
326
Yep.
South Kenmore Avenue.
from the start of the game.
Steffen's family was out of town when it happened. Then go to 4414 Rosewood, family by the name of Sawyer.
They just do multiple cases now at arson?
Will be on location.
This is not a high-profile, glamorous
That's
disc.
for you to find out, detective. Now get out of here. Both of you.
He...
Presumably, most of the fires, that is, that they inspect, probably do not turn out to be arson.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, the review board, I mean, I'm guessing what happened is that, you know, cheating on your wife is not actually a reason to fire a police officer. Like, in Cole's circumstances, it certainly was a reason to demote him.
Yeah.
But, like, the review board in December, that makes sense. They must have given him back his badge because they were like, oh, hang on, we can't actually just...
This isn't the movies. I mean, it is the movies because it's a video game. But
Yeah,
like,
it kind of is. It's Hollywood also. Or was. But, yeah.
but like we can't
No, it's
literally
still-
take your badge and your gun. That's something that only they can only do in movies.
Yeah.
There
Or
are
when
rules
we're...
here.
I like how they're just not talking.
Yeah,
Biggs and
it's
Phil.
weird. Like every other first time you meet a fellow detective,
Outsider. Definitely need a different suit here. Oh, how about that brown one?
this one, just
Golden
a really
boy.
shitty one of just like, oops, can't see that I pooped my pants because I'm wearing a brown suit now.
It's also the very first suit he started the game in.
I
yeah.
forget which one I was supposed to go to first. I think it was the Steffen's house fire because I was on. It's
It
first
was,
on
yeah.
the list.
But yeah, neither Colt nor Herschel wants to be here. Well, Herschel probably wants to be doing this job. Well, I don't know. Find out. Does
How
he
long have you
actually
been working
like,
arson? We gonna do the small talk thing now? Talk baseball, exchange addresses? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, fair
Feeling
enough.
Down, hotshot? Need a buddy? We'll look somewhere else.
All right, I like this guy already.
This is how it's going to be, partner. I already told you, I don't do partners. I seen you on your first day, hero. Walking into the station, chest puffed out like a little kid at his
I'm
confirmation.
gonna pull over and park here because there's a
You wouldn't
cutscene
give
trigger
me the
right over
time
there.
of day. And now you need somebody. That somebody's supposed to be me. Well, it's not gonna happen.
That's quite a speech. I heard you were the strong silent type.
You cracking wise, Phelps?
No, Biggs. I'm breaking the ice.
Yeah, cracking wise. That's what he
Just
said.
Drive, hotshot.
Yep, I like
Oh,
this
man.
guy.
Yeah, me
Mostly
too.
because he doesn't like Cole Phelps, and neither do I. I think that guy sucks.
Yeah, he's quite a, as you said, I think just before we started, is a good detective, but he's not a good person.
Yep.
Well, let's at least do some detecting, because this house has certainly burned the fuck down.
Sure is.
The actual mechanics of an arson case will be interesting. No body to look at. Unless you count the corpse of the home.
I mean, properties are basically people, so...
There never is if the job's done properly.
You think it was deliberate?
Nah, that's real pain in your face. They would have moved out the things they care about if this was insurance. There's no mileage in this. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Hirsch. Cap this one.
Yeah, Mike Brannigan, Cole Phelps. It's okay,
The
Brannigan.
deliberate not shaking hands.
Dog shit
Oh,
was none of
shit.
his hand.
No offense, Phelps.
None taken. Do you have anything?
The fire started late
Thanks,
last
mate.
night. Stephen's family at Catalina Island. Won some kind of competition. Looks like the only thing they ever won in their lives. Let me come home to this.
I'd say they were pretty lucky, really.
They don't have any insurance.
Oh, jeez.
Everything they
That's
own,
gonna suck.
including the house, is not a pile of rubble.
Where are they sleeping?
Well, I guess they didn't do it then.
Look at the whole block
If they haven't got
that's burned
insurance, they
down.
certainly
Word
didn't
is
burn
they
their own home
bulldozed
down.
this whole neighborhood to build
No,
new
we
homes
deliberately...
for
We
GIs.
saw somebody messing with
That's the
their
man in the
Insta-Heat.
house, in the ruins.
So, well, I guess it wasn't actually
Here,
specifically
his
their
wife.
Take a
Insta-Heat,
look
but...
around. Come on, Phelps.
Yeah, we kind of know from that opening cutscene this almost certainly was arson, but who did it and why?
And also, there's no real evidence pointing to that yet.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we know, obviously. Phelps and Biggs do not know. I quite like the art, as usual, though. I like the art in this game. The burned down house is, like, pretty convincing. It certainly looks like a wreck.
Yeah.
Kind of. What kind of clues do you even look for at this kind of scene?
I don't know.
Well, if
I'm
it was
just kinda-
2017, you'd bring in the expert fire investigators, but that's not how they did things, you know? Oh, dear.
The fire burned real hot, I guess, is something that we've learned.
Yeah, the problem is, Cole doesn't know anything about this stuff.
Optimistic.
He was not expecting to spend his days this way on the police force.
No, he wasn't. Also, I like the touch. That's one of the generic books that I've seen in other cases, but now it's just like a burned out husk.
Don't think this is anything.
Ah, sure.
Just random shoes, random pieces of trash.
Pretty sturdy shoe.
Lucky as well. Just like must have just like gotten covered by something else that didn't burn as good.
Yeah. Lucky like the family being out of the house when it burned down.
They must have burned their house down because they just didn't like it very much. They didn't have insurance, but you know, they just didn't like it.
I guess that's a theoretical possibility. Hey, fire trucks and fire people. I mean, it makes sense that they would be here in the circumstances.
I'm not sure
Now, we
where
know,
to
of course,
get any
what you're
evidence
looking-
from it all.
I reckon there's one piece of evidence you should be looking for, which is the Insta-Heat gas tank.
That's what I was looking for, but I would have figured it would have been like on the side of the house, and I haven't seen it yet.
Really? Okay, let's go all the way around.
Is it this? And I just walked right past it? Yeah, I totally just walked.
Maybe?
Oh, I can't. I'm
Oh,
mashing the
I
A
guess
button.
that's...
But that would be
No,
where it
yes.
was, right? Like,
Maybe.
it's right outside.
Or maybe
the
go inside the house, or on-side, I guess. And go to that same area?
I will do that in just a moment as soon as I... Oop.
Mr. Stevens.
I guess I can't right now.
Cole Phelps.
Oh.
I happened to walk.
LAPD. I know it's a difficult time. Could we have a word?
Don Steffens.
You were out of town.
I know that Cole's reputation precedes him within the
us.
police department, but
We had a
do
wonderful time.
civilians ever start being like, oh, you're that
This.
fucking
You
shitty
still have
cop?
the tickets.
They're just going to start hearing about it, right? Because it happened a short time ago.
Yeah.
So, his name may or may not
We
spread.
need to speak to
Not
them.
everyone cares about that sort of thing, of course. He was like, oh, a hero cop. I mean, some people will have not known that in the first place.
Yeah.
Catalina Island. Gulliver's Travel Agency. Okay.
Not a bad name.
There's two character
Can you
two
tell
character
me
things, by the
more
way, I
about
kind of
your
liked
life,
from that interaction.
Mr. Steffens?
It's
Weekend at Catalina.
Cole immediately takes over the interrogation, right? Because he's used to it. Like,
Yes.
Biggs just stood there and looked at him for a second, was like, okay. So, and also, he's still kind of being earnest and polite. He's kind of trying to play with the hand he's been dealt. That's something. Yeah, that definitely. I would have picked truth also.
My wife filled
I did
me
notice
fire.
you checked the numbers.
Yes. I figured it was truth, but, you know, I'm just going to keep checking the
That's
numbers just to
suspicious as
verify
hell.
that they're still supporting me.
It's the first time I
A lady just rung up and told us we won. That's
It is weird.
The redevelopment fund. Did they offer to buy you out?
They're building new houses. They showed their money and most of the neighborhood just packed up and walked away. But I never bargained.
So they would have burned your house down in revenge?
or maybe to get him out of it. If you wouldn't say.
His eyes are moving a little away, but I'm not sure if that's just like resolution stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's a bit hard to tell, isn't it? I never bargained with him. You could pick doubt, actually. Like, what if he did bargain with him but didn't want to tell his wife or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Everyone else is selling. But you're the
Also,
holdout,
yeah, like
aren't you?
he's the only one that didn't sell out.
I thought I could hold out for a better
Ah, I
price.
see. So he did bargain with him, but he was playing
My
hardball.
house is the center lot.
So now you have to take the price regardless.
Looks like it. I've got no choice. I have to put a roof over my family.
Ah,
If this is in fact arson and it is them that did it, that would be extremely short-sighted.
yeah, it would make sense, though. Like, certainly this is the one motive we've seen for someone to burn this house down, is the developers.
Yeah. Also,
probably-
oop, hang on. There was a ping.
Isn't that the cop who probably got
Property developers
Aha,
are
the
also...
insta-heat.
Ah.
recently serviced?
Oh,
Could be
this
something
seems
going.
relevant.
That guy was here frequently. Oh no, that's one a year. Whoops. Dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, once a year. But the same guy has serviced it the last 3 times when it was 2 different people the first 2 times. So that's something.
He also has a very consistent signature, Mr. Ryan.
Maybe he's some
Almost
kind
like
of
he's
Terminator
some-
robot from the future sent back in time to burn this house down. I've run back up to the guy. What
What's
are
with
you?
him? You've seen the papers. I guess he's thinking about his own family.
What?
I'd say he's searching for some kind of atonement.
That's oh, jeez. Okay. Cole was kind of frozen there. I thought the animation had
I
bugged.
appreciate your help, detective, but I need to see to my family.
It's funny how you were kind of wandering around searching for clues, and Biggs has kind of interpreted this as, oh, Cole is searching for atonement.
No, I was searching for that boiler. Also, that
Yeah.
cutscene only played after I saw him again after finding the boiler. It didn't play the first time that I was there. I'm just gonna run up to the
Yeah,
cell
it must have
now.
been triggered on that for some reason. Contingent. Hang on. Wasn't there that sign to the right? Wasn't there... Doesn't that say Suburban Redevelopment
I
Fund?
think it did, because it says building a new California or something over there.
Yeah.
But
That must be the development company.
How can I help, Detective?
I guess his badge number hasn't changed.
Redevelopment fund.
Yes,
would have been
Detective.
funny if they took his old
Just
badge,
checking.
melted it down. Oh, hey, buddy.
It's just gonna be awesome on
My
it.
government agency is
Just burn him
established
down.
to speed up the building of GI homes. It has private investors as well as a government endowment.
GI Homes. Wait, this is the Fontaine thing.
Listed here, corner of Beverly and
Yes, it
Mariposa.
is.
He was going to use the money
Thank you.
that he got from selling the morphine on something
build
like this, if not
GI
exactly
yes.
this.
Alan Fontaine is, in fact, yes, doing that thing.
I'm surprised. I figured he was just going to take the money and run.
I mean,
Or, like, invest it
I'm
into
sure
a
there's some
shitty-
element of it, but hey, investing money, like, does make you more money, so...
if you do it right, but what if you just invest it poorly and then say, oh, the investment's all busted, but then you just take the money out of the bank accounts that you invested them into?
Well, if he's invested in a group of government-backed property developers, one of whom has, like, resorted to arson, they probably get quite high profits. Although, if you, like, I guess, bust them for arson in this case, maybe not so much.
Yeah. Speaking of arsons, should I see the Sawyer house fire, or should I finish investigating the Steffens house fire first? Probably
You have
hit
finished
the Sawyer
investigating
one,
the
right?
Steffens. Yeah, I would head to the Sawyer one, see if there's, like...
Have there been any other
Isn't it
house
quite
fires?
nearby?
This
I don't
is
know.
arson. We get an average of 2 a night. Does that answer your question?
Ah. I guess...
That was a
houses-
very short conversation.
Yeah, they're quite different. This particular partner relationship is not the same as the others.
I appreciate that
So-
he's not, like, moralizing about the propensity of husbands to burn their houses down.
Yeah. If he has opinions.
I hit that car on purpose, by the way, for delaying me.
Of course.
Just give it a
I
minor
totally
tap.
believe that wasn't an accident. You did do it on purpose.
I mean,
I'll back
it
you
was
up.
partially an accident, but you know what? I'm fine with that.
It's So I guess murders don't happen every day, but in this era, with these shitty houses built of wood and like science not what it is today and so on, and in California, with the heat and so on, there's going to be a lot of house fires.
Also, this is like in the middle of, like, this is supposed to be like main ass Los Angeles, right? Like they're supposed to be replacing these buildings with skyscrapers or something.
Well, they were downtown, but you're out in the sticks here.
Oh yeah, because of arson, right? Forgot about that part.
And also because of being reassigned to an outlying police department.
But yeah,
presumably Captain Donnelly could not stand to see the face of the protege he once loved.
But yeah, my guess is that a lot of this stuff, if you were to go to it in modern Los Angeles, does not look anything like this anymore.
Yeah, quite likely. I wonder what kind of references they used for the architecture of the period. I guess they did have like color photographs and films and so on. In fact, lots of films of Los Angeles, now that I think about it. So maybe it wasn't that difficult. Yep, that's a house fire.
Sure
I wonder
is.
if the 2 a day is the ones which are suspected of being arson.
Or if it's just, well, no, because I think if there were more burnings than that, then there'd be like a greater risk for.
This guy's hat.
Hey, Biggs. You have a partner? What gives?
This is Cole Phelps. You may have read about him.
Oh, now I get it.
Fantastic.
Hello, Phelps. Welcome to the netherworld of arson. Family of 4 found dead in their beds.
Oh, jeez.
Heater
Oh.
Another one.
Well, that's not the same kind of thing then. They didn't
It's
get
a heater explosion, though.
7.
Ah,
Before we get excited, we get a couple of water heaters a month go back.
I enjoy that he immediately was
Take a
like,
look around the
"Ah,
yard.
Cole Phelps thinks he can solve this fucking case. Hotshot motherfucker. No, shut up. Go away."
You know,
He
they
wasn't nearly
probably
that
should
mean.
like.
What the? Cole? Are you okay?
He's jumping with joy.
What the?
I saw that little leap.
What?
It's
All
gonna be a
right.
glitch.
He's a wizard now, I guess.
Val,
Oh, because the body's
you gonna
right.
stick it out, Cole? I'm gonna try, Mal. What have you got?
Family by the name of Sawyer. Mother, father, and 2 kids.
I think Mal's
All
the
in
first
bed from
person
the
that
looks of
didn't
it.
already know who you were
I'd say
that isn't
carbon
like,
monoxide poisoning.
get away from me, you fucking freak.
Time of death.
He's just like,
I'd say about
oh hey,
Yeah.
you still out?
He
You
doesn't
still
care.
at it?
Exact will take
All
some
right.
time to determine. Lynch tells me this has something to do with a faulty water heater.
Again, though, like faulty water.
Been a
Yeah.
spade problem with a particular brand. I've got another.
Again, though, like what Cole
You care to
did
elucidate, detective?
wasn't that
So
bad.
whether or not
It
an
just
accident, sharing information
this is
is
the
also part of
context.
two cases together.
I need something concrete, Mal, before the department gets wind of it. I'm in arson for a reason.
Wait, he's.
I feel sorry
Oh,
for your wife,
okay,
James
sorry.
Phelps, not for you. One of the best I've ever met.
Fair enough.
I'll help in any way I can.
Thanks, Mal. I'd say that's firm but fair.
Mm, even calling
would
that
just very
firm is
short-
like a little bit self-generous, Cole, but whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, he cheated on his wife, right? That's
Yeah.
it's a bad thing to do, but it's not the standards of the time, the context of it being a German woman, and the fact that Roy fucking Earl needed someone to frame for, well, not frame, to distract from his own scandals.
Yes.
That's what has made it into a huge deal. Like,
Oh yeah,
so a lot
like
of people,
he's not a criminal. He's just kind of a bad person, but he's being treated
Think
as a
he-
social pariah, which is maybe a little heavy-handed because of the German thing.
Yeah, but not everyone is going to treat him like that entirely, basically, because, yeah, some people are like, well, whatever. Also, Cole is actually a worse person than they know, of course. Like, we've seen, like, what it was like as a Marine lieutenant.
Yes.
But
Hey,
his
Biggs,
co-workers haven't.
Is
So,
this significant?
it looks significant, doesn't it?
Val. Good find.
Detectives? This is the next door neighbor, Detective Phelps. Can you help?
Not to
They were
you.
supposed to be going away.
Oh,
They
hey.
won a trip somewhere. But little
Oh.
Henry got sick, so they had to cancel. What are the chances?
Extremely high, I would think.
Oh, man.
Just travel up on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Thanks. He's been a big help.
We should probably go there next.
Sounds like...
Wait, what do you...
Hurry, you can still catch up.
Okay, he
Huh.
likes fires, but... do they mean he likes setting fires, or does he just like looking at the
Oh,
aftermath
yeah.
of fires?
I think they probably mean he's a firebug.
LAPD!
Got an idea on the fire. Stop right there.
I'm hitting the A button as fast as I can, but I got too far away from him for a second there.
Yeah, I think it slows you down if you're not in range to tackle. So you gotta get close and then do it.
Thank you. Very good camera work.
At least you can tell it wasn't a pre-generated thing.
So you like fires?
Yeah, I like watching the aftermath of fires. It's fine.
We're setting them.
I don't want any trouble.
Turn out your pockets.
3-hole
As long
marijuana.
as that's what it should be, but
You're naughty, aren't
That is literally. Is that literally a weed
Shit.
cigarette?
I think the joint, yeah.
I mean, it's a very
Nice.
well-made one.
I'm just amazed that you called
Cigarette
that.
Matchbox gives you a 5 or 6 minute delay. You want more time?
Oh.
You use a mosquito
No,
coil.
so he uses that to set
Don't-
fires, I think.
You like this fire?
Oh,
Hell no.
right. That's less
I heard
funny.
it over the fire radio. Sounded sweet.
When you finish following your leads, come and see me at the fire station. I have a theory about this.
Is your theory
I
that
bet you-
somebody from the
Take this
Gulliver's
guy in.
Travels agency setting these fires because they're trying to help the Suburban Development Corporation or whatever?
Why have you got such a hard on for
That
this
would be
case?
pretty.
If it is murder, it's almost
interesting.
impossible to prove.
I mean, that seems to be where they're going originally. Let's see if that's how they finish
It's
it,
more
but
than one case.
There are house fires, Cole. Accidents, heater fires, gas explosions.
There's got to be a reason.
The reason is you want to be a star.
he is not wrong.
Give it up. You'll feel like.
Yeah, he's
Again,
right about
Cole is
that.
doing this for the wrong
What are you
reasons.
talking about?
Yeah,
Person is
he might.
insurance.
It might be the right thing, but he's not doing. Yeah.
We still investigate the cases, Biggs. The people in this house are dead.
Also,
Go soak your head, Phelps.
we
This
just
hero
got-
business is a full-time
Go soak your head. Such a good phrase.
I'm gonna rub the department's nose in it.
shut up,
Help
Cole.
me or stay out
Also,
of my way.
like, I don't see why
Got
Biggs
it?
is so resistant to the idea that maybe there's more than one thing to this case, because both of them had the vacations from the travel agency, etc.
I mean, he knows that, but he's resistant to Cole, I think.
Also, there's
Just
still
fine.
there's no red X here, so
Oh, well, that could be something else, I guess.
yeah, I must have missed something when I was looking for.
Like, look, this is actually pretty good. Like, you're actually playing into the Cole's determination to leave no stone unturned thing again.
This is also how I just generally play this game. I mean,
I know, but like, it's how the developers expected people to be playing at this point. They've put in like kind of meta references to it, basically. Like that's the thing. The game encourages you to play like a diligent, hard-working, but kind of schweeny detective. It's well done, in my opinion. I may be reading too much into it. It's well done, in my biased opinion.
that
So
I
if
will
the-
accept. I haven't
So
actually
if
wandered
these,
around here before. Oh, a time. I love times.
Fuck. It's not time.
wait.
Hell.
Okay, I guess it's not gonna. Like, I thought that was gonna be like, ah, yes, this is the time the house burned down, but no, it's just a burnt up clock.
Yeah.
Not relevant somehow. Hey, buddy.
I guess he got back out of the car. It was like, okay.
I guess if we're
So,
gonna be doing this,
Yeah, if property developers were behind burning down multiple homes and using a travel agency to get people out of the houses first, then they've really fucked up here and killed people by accident.
Yes.
So
also, even if they hadn't killed people, burning people's houses down is still a crime,
yeah, but now it's like
a murderous crime.
really bad. Yeah. Oh, same book, isn't it?
Nothing significant.
Everybody has
That
the
is the-
principles of color.
Well, okay, you know what? Principles of color mixing. When you say everybody has that book, it's true. I have that book.
What?
It's a real book. It's a famous book about editing, movie editing. My dad got a copy and then gave it to me once he was done with it because he was learning color theory for filmmaking purposes. He is a filmmaker.
I see.
Yeah,
So,
it is literally a real thing.
I had literally never heard of that book before just now. Also, where
No
is...
color. Well, I mean, you wouldn't unless you were in the film industry generally, which I am not. But I have worked in it as doing like IT and film on multiple occasions, and
I
yeah,
believe I
color
remember
mixing.
the Outback Truckers, was it?
Yeah, some of them crappy little documentaries. But basically,
I'm sure it's actually fantastic. Where is the goddamn heater, though?
You found a component of it.
Yeah,
A
but like,
regulator valve.
I was really hoping to find the rest of it, or at least the part on the front where it says who's been working on it, to see if it's the same guy from the
That
other
would be
one.
nice, yeah. The fire chief said it exploded, the heater, and it certainly looks exploded, like this is where it was. And so maybe you won't be able to find any more of it.
The investigation music has stopped playing when I walked over there, so it probably would be... Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have to not trust the notebook. The only thing I can trust is the numbers.
We've seen other occasions where the notebook didn't cross itself out. Sometimes for explainable reasons, like you'll be going back here later, but it wasn't always... Yeah, numbers are better than letters when it comes to this sort of thing, I think.
Let me just wander over here real quick. Because if it did explode, it would have exploded.
For sale. There are things which look like debris.
Yeah, it's all just like textures on the ground, though, unfortunately.
Yep. Texturing is pretty much one of the great original sins of gaming. It's just so... looks good from a distance-y, and then it doesn't look good.
One final walkthrough of the house, because I don't think I did that with the same thoroughness that I did everywhere else.
Va bene. I can't and won't stop you.
This notebook, though,
So,
like my
yeah.
magic notebook rarely lies to me. Why would it do that? Why would it betray me like this? Like I have betrayed so many
Yeah,
other
it's
people.
possible it doesn't lie. There may be something, but
Whatever it is, I'm not seeing it. So, already walked through this part of the house, I think. Yeah, it really feels like there should be like one more thing here somewhere.
did you look around the opposite side of the house from the heater? Did you only go around that side?
I did earlier. Maybe not with the same. Let's check over here. Oh, this fence is broken. Nope, that's the burned out car, which is not part of the investigation apparently.
Yeah, I haven't been able to spot anything. I think you've got everything.
I don't, but I've got no idea
Except
where
for-
I'd find everything or anything. So that's basically the same thing. In that I need to leave.
Yeah. So Albert Chapman, the guy with the firebug guy, unrelated is my guess.
Probably, yeah.
There's the bodies. Have you looked at the bodies?
Oh, that okay. I haven't. So there we are.
Right.
Yep,
okay,
burned.
that was.
How about the insurance company?
That sucks.
Up as acts of God.
That looks really bad.
Yeah, that's it's the burned bodies of mother and her children. That's awful.
What happened to the husband? Was there a husband?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was. Perhaps he was already in the ambulance.
Possibly, yeah.
Okay, that was the missing thing. I like the
Yes.
location.
Okay. So Gulliver's Travel Agency.
Yeah, this seems like, I mean, if there's an organized criminal conspiracy behind these two house burnings, this is the place that would have been organizing it, so...
Yep. Well, it's the place that would have been, like... they would have known when guys were out of town because they would have sent them on...
Yeah, they could totally be patsies or whatever. It could be a perfectly legitimate organization. Someone could have sponsored a prize.
Yeah, it would be the suburban redevelopment thing. In that instance, that would be the people actually, like, setting the fires, but...
I am suspicious of suburban redevelopment because, yeah, Harlan Fontaine being involved in it, and we knew we hadn't seen the last of him.
It would actually have been really funny if that was just the end of that whole... Like, now, if I pick up a newspaper now, it's just like... we're about to go to war in North Korea. Or, I guess it would just be Korea at this point.
Or, like, headline, Courtney Sheldon lives long, happy life.
I mean, I don't
Nothing
think he's
else
happy,
wrong.
but...
No, I don't think he's happy either. But he isn't arrested, so good on him, I guess. Except he got a lot of people killed, so maybe not.
He did get a lot of people killed, and for all we know, they could still be getting killed even as we speak.
Yeah, the morphine is still out there, I assume.
Yep.
Hopefully, Roy
And
is
now the
at
only
least
person in
taking
Vice who cared enough to actually track that shit down is no longer in Vice.
Yep. A number of birds were killed with that one stone, weren't they? A number of different motives. Okay. Gulliver's Travel Agency. Ah, man, that book was so good. Sort of. I read it when I was really young. Gulliver's Travels, I mean, so I can't really tell it was good. It seemed good to me, a young child. And
I
it was
must have
famous.
read it at some point, but I couldn't tell you anything about it other than there was a normal-sized man getting tied up by very small people.
Yes,
Detectives
that's
Phelps and
right.
Biggs, LAPD.
And then they were like, hey, we need to put out a fire. We'll get the huge man to urinate on us.
That part I didn't remember.
4414 Rosewood Avenue recently won a competition.
I remembered it because I was like 7, and I was like, oh my god, this is about pissing. Oh, that's so funny, I'm a child.
One of the kids was sick.
So I would say that this is...
Mind if I take a look at that?
This is the...
sorry, this is where we would say, like, Gulliver's Travels isn't involved because they would have known that the family called up to cancel.
Yeah, did he say they called up to cancel? Yeah, it's you're right, they clearly did not pass on a message to someone saying don't burn the house down, did they?
Yes.
So...
Rosewood Avenue.
Oh yeah, there would have been a serious miscommunication. I wonder... It could be, you know, the trips could be a coincidence.
Tell us about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Me.
There's not much to tell. They run a promotion. Our promotion's mailing list covers half of LA.
Seems fairly truthful.
Yeah, if a little thick-headed. Like, look at that guy, he's ugly.
Agency? I don't believe so.
That's very rude.
Government organizations don't usually get involved in promotions.
Huh.
I'm told the tickets.
Didn't we hear from someone that they were possibly government associated?
They were semi-governmental, I think, was... Like, they got GI Bill funds or something.
Look, there are...
Oh, right, so a contractor, basically.
One time. If you're the
Okay.
lucky guy, you get your name pulled out of a hat.
This seems like a doubt situation, and the
Yeah,
number is high.
He was evasive about that. So there's something more to the way they select
Sawyer
people.
family were supposed to be at Catalina Island. Their house burnt down. You consider them lucky? Christ. I'm sorry to hear that. Can you tell me who offered the prize won by the Sawyer family? Sure.
What you got?
Suburban redevelopment?
There's supposed to be some sort of supervised draw with hundreds of tickets.
Supposed to be.
The reality is the Suburban Redevelopment Fund calls
Yeah, this is what I thought.
and tells me exactly who's winning.
So...
Thanks for your help. Oh, no problem.
They didn't bother telling the Suburban Redevelopment Fund
You could put round
that
the hat.
the...
A few bucks would really help them now.
That their family had cancelled their trip because they didn't realize the house was going to get burned down.
I could tell you were Samaritan the minute I walked in the door.
50? Are you good man, Cunningham? You're all right. Yeah, I'm great. Poorer, but
That's 500 smackers, by the way. Again,
Yeah.
modern
On
money.
the other hand, he's been like getting people's houses burned down, if potentially unknowingly.
Yeah, he doesn't know about that. Also, I don't think he runs the place. I think he's just like a single travel agent or whatever.
I think he ran the place, but he was like he's
Manager?
been basically
Let me
running a
guess.
fake
You want to
competition.
check out
Has
the
been paid to
Suburban Express?
help pick winners, but he clearly didn't know why they were doing it.
partners must think alike.
Yeah,
Again,
I mean,
I'm amazed
at
by
this
the
point,
brevity of
you
these
have-
conversations.
you have to investigate this. Like, big stuff.
It would be ridiculous not to, but it was also ridiculous to assume that there was no Black Dahlia killer for 5 cases, so...
Yeah, but the thing is, Cole's kind of been burned on that once before, hasn't he?
He has.
This time round, he's like, no, I'm going to get it right. And, you know the way he put it. You know, he was going to rub the department's nose in it.
Yes, which,
Yeah.
again, he's doing good things for bad reasons. The Cole Phelps
Yeah,
story.
he's going to I'm going to show them all that, I am a good cop. So,
I mean, he is a good cop, he's just a bad person.
yeah, that's...
Like, honestly,
well,
it's kind
the
of remarkable that they're so mad about him being an adulterer. Like, since when has being a bad person ever stopped somebody from being a cop before?
The cultural context of 1947 German nightclub singer, war hero, and the fact that they needed to turn it into a huge scandal.
Oh, yeah, like, but...
But yeah, I think it's
still
very
just really
precisely
silly.
calibrated. This element of the story has clearly been machined by a team of writers to come up with something which wouldn't seem very bad to us in 2011, but would seem very bad to them in 2047. In 1947. Oh, look at these suburbs! They're so suburby, Jesus.
These are very
It's
cookie
awful.
cutter.
Oy. I guess this is in fact the suburban redevelopment place, or Elysian Fields.
This is supposed to be the registered offices of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
This is an Elysian housing development, Mac.
Huh.
So Elysian is an investor in the redevelopment fund.
Looks that way.
Are we done here, Mac? I've got work to do.
Sure, buddy. Thanks for your help.
He wasn't very helpful, was he?
Elysian are investors in the Suburban Redevelopment. So what? If you think I'm putting my pension on the line and harassing Leland Monroe without evidence, you're out of your mind. Lynch says we should visit him at Fire Station 32.
Who exactly is
I
this
mean,
guy, Lynch?
so given the investigations that they've done so far, yeah, there's pretty much like
people into the inner
a
sanctum.
whole lot of suspicious
Keep
stuff,
your
but
mouth shut.
you would
You
have to
learn
have
something
nothing to
about
lose in
fire.
order to actually investigate any of it.
Well, good news about that.
Is that why they gave him a
So-
partner, so that they'd have somebody to be like, no man, stop, you're done.
Quite likely. Like, someone must have thought, hang on, we can't let a disgruntled Cole Phelps just kind of go around on his own making his own decisions.
Investigating whatever comes to his dumb little head.
Yeah,
He's probably going to
'cause he's
find
like,
something that he shouldn't, just because that's his way of things.
yeah, he finds shit. He might not do it in a great way all the time, but he finds it even if it's inconvenient to find. So the mention of Leland Monroe there he was, I think, in the game's opening cinematic. He was the guy on the billboards,
Yes.
the Elysian Fields guy, who was like, "Hey, we're building wonderful new cookie-cutter homes for nuclear families for people to like live in and park in the driveway their new cool car." This is a game about houses and cars, apparently.
Yes.
Pretty sure he's that guy. And presumably, from what Biggs said, he is, a wealthy and influential. Blah, blah, blah. I hope he has been committing crimes so that we can own him. Oh, okay, there it is. I was wondering where the cutscene trigger was.
So was I. Like, instead of, like, normally it just, like, flashes you immediately into the cutscene, but this time it was, like, waited for me to slow down. Also, we did not come as soon as we could. I specifically investigated 2 other things first.
Yeah,
Biggs?
but I think it was
You
fair
two
enough to
investigating
investigate
the house
things.
fire on Kenmore Avenue as well?
Yep. Why?
I had a look around the place while I was out there.
Do you believe the fire?
I deal in facts, Phelps. Evidence
Shut
of
down.
an explosion. No obvious sign of accelerants. Wiring looks intact. Come and take a look at this.
This the heater from the Sawyer fire out?
Yes, it is.
That's why you couldn't find it. He got to it first.
I see. Not as recently as the other one,
I
but
have
what
a
was...
theory, and it's a theory.
Matt
added-
Ryan?
I don't
It
have
added
enough
Reginald
evidence
Varley,
to
so...
Well, if you say it's so, we're
I don't think he was the guy from the
Okay,
first one as
Phelps.
well.
You're a bright penny. You have a gas supply. You have a
Yes.
Bunsen burner as a pilot light.
I do indeed.
You
Okay.
have a regulator valve, and the balloon represents the gas expanding in the room. Now, the gas has to make contact with the mosquito coil to form an explosion.
Okay.
Let's see if you can work out the chain of events.
Well, that's a good question.
Good luck.
gas bubble needs to be next to the coil if it's gonna ignite.
That was the gas bubble, right? Like, that's what that
Yeah,
is?
it just needs to be filled up now, I think.
Okay.
So I guess the burner would be on the left and the valve in the middle, presumably, because the valve must be used to make sure this doesn't happen. I guess, although not successfully.
Your regulator's in position.
Oh, okay, so this must be not in position.
Maybe.
No, he's... Oh, wait, no, I would actually want... Yeah, because I want the thing going up next to it. Right?
I think you were right before.
Oh.
I think the gas bubble should be next to the coil.
Then why did it do a cutscene telling me I was right for the second one, but not the first one?
Because it's just not giving you a cutscene for every element of it, basically. No, you're doing it right, I think.
Yeah,
like,
that
totally
one,
had the...
that one was actually just me hitting the wrong button there.
Oh, right.
Okay, I'll light your pilot and turn the gas on.
You pull the lever on the left to turn on the gas.
Okay, I don't know why the
So that's how it's being done.
fire was there up
Maybe.
before,
There
but
could be
whatever.
a fault with these valves. I've adjusted this one
Oh.
for our experiment, but you need to take it to InstaHeat and see what they say. Their headquarters is on North Harvard Boulevard, number 262.
Thanks, Albert.
You're welcome, Biggs. See you at the next show.
See, because arsons happen to a night.
So it seems like, yeah, exactly. Seems like either there's a systematic flaw in the insta-heat system, or someone is exploiting the system in order to burn houses down, basically. Someone who presumably knows how it works and is able to... Who are you looking for here?
The guy from the first...
Matthew Ryan.
Yes, okay. So it's two different people that had done insta-heat
Yeah,
work.
Matthew Ryan and Reginald Varley. So, I mean, that is, I guess, something arguing against it being sabotage, but...
Well, no, it's against it being, like, one person who's stupid enough to put his name on the things.
Yes. This crime was not committed by a total idiot. Oh, well, that's if this was a crime.
We should go to the factory and see how many of these things are going bang in the night.
You know
Yeah,
this
it's
Chapman character?
still possible.
Guy's a freak. Loves fires. He's the kind of guy that would like for a lot of things, but we don't really have any credible evidence to pursue.
So this is, I think, this might end up being another situation like, whichever desk that was where there was the pedophile guy and the husband.
Homicide, yeah.
Where, like, you can totally, well, not quite the same because neither of those guys did it, but, like, it's totally going to be like a thing where if we fail to find the original person who set these fires, we're just totally going to blame the pyromaniac guy for it.
Well, that's an interesting question, isn't it? Like, that's what Captain Donnelly would have wanted. Yes, that's what we would have wanted in Homicide. Is that how Arson and this new captain, who I forget the name of, operates? We don't know yet. I hope not, but I don't remember. Like, it would be nice if you didn't just go around arresting innocent people for crimes they didn't commit.
Yes.
That's my opinion. Please don't do that. We'll have to see, I guess.
I would
with
very
this
much
part
like
of
not
forces.
to. Assuming, of course, that he isn't the one that set the fires, which is still a possibility.
Yeah, sure, if he did it, totally arrest the heck out of him.
I guess
go
that's
so
the
far.
question, like, what if he was hired to set the fires just because, like, they knew a local arsonist and were like, well, he likes it, so it's fine.
It does seem like the sort of person who'd be dumb enough to linger on the scene of the crime, doesn't he?
Yes.
But there's no evidence of that that we've seen.
Driving on the sidewalk to get away from all these dumb
What
cars.
are you doing? Why are you doing that?
I was
It's really
getting away
funny,
from the
like,
cars. It was fine.
This is how I drive in this kind of game too, right? But
Yeah.
it's really different when you're watching someone else do it. Oh man, insta-heat.
I mean, you shouldn't do it.
Oops, I've just got to do a thing. I'll mute myself.
Okay, I will see you in just a moment, and I will carry this myself until you return. Largely by babbling, actually. So we're going into the insta-heat here. Reception is this way.
LAPD detectives, man.
There was a ping.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello, welcome back.
I see.
I heard a ping right
Thank
before
you.
I got trapped in this
duty manager
cutscene.
for today is Mr. Rasick. You should find him in his office.
You'll get to look at the ping later, I'm sure. Such as now.
Here we are.
Uh-huh.
New and improved model.
New and improved. Doesn't explode all the time. They don't seem to have written
Hey,
that
look,
on the...
it's extremely not out of the question that insta-heat bears some fault here. Or even all the fault if the treble thing really was a coincidence. But I don't
that
think
would
it was.
actually be like... I don't know if that would be good, but it would be like...
It would be interesting.
Yeah, we've got all this suspicious stuff, but it turns out that it was all coincidence, and really, it's just insta-heat boilers are really shitty. You can use them to bludgeon a pig to death, but you can't really use them to heat your home.
Just low safety standards in the burgeoning industry. I mean, they do seem to be, like... I wonder if they're, like, aware of the problem with the current model. I guess you'll need to ask Rasic that. Rasic? Rasic?
I missed his name also. Frankly, I missed everything about him because, like, as you saw, I immediately wandered into where the other secretaries were instead of towards the
Yeah, the
manager's
thing is
office.
Detective Phelps
Clearly.
Biggs, arson. We're investigating a couple of house fires. What can you tell us about this?
It's garbage.
Model 70. Let me take a look.
Back in a sec.
Opens that sucker up like a can opener.
Been tampered with.
What?
Tampered how?
You see this diaphragm? It forms a seal across the saddle here. Gas flows across from here to here. The diaphragm regulates flow.
Is this...
It's been reversed. It's a subtle change.
I'm back.
But it means
Welcome
the
back.
gas
We've
never
learned that
Did
the...
he just apply with sabotage?
Yes. It's
Ooh,
been modified
clever.
somehow, such that the gas never shuts off, such that it will eventually just, like, overinflate and blow up everything.
As the fire chief speculated.
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the design.
His eyes
I mean,
got all
we'll say
shifty
that.
there.
Yeah, that's got to be a lie.
I don't think it's a
I mean-
lie. I think it's a doubt, especially because the numbers are good.
The numbers. Okay, yeah.
But I think he's aware of some sort of fault. Oh, but
Yes, I think the design is prone to sabotage, is my opinion.
You're telling me that you've never had any problems with this heater?
Look, we've changed the design since the Model 70.
that's why
These
they're
things are
releasing the
still
new
being
thing.
Installed?
It's the demand. None of us could keep up with the amount of housing going
Huh.
on. At the budget end, we're still using some of the old stock. We are installing 100 heaters a week.
Not all faulty.
They're not all safe.
So that means he thinks this one was faulty. So it could have been an accident, but I don't think it was.
Prone to failure.
They tend to go after a while. The rubber
Oh shit!
lasts-
Maybe
Again,
it
he's
was
looking
an
away.
perishes.
The guys' names that I've been seeing doing the repairs on
Ooh.
the heaters, they're fully licensed and accredited.
Sure, of course.
Cole's been thinking along the same lines as you.
That's a low number.
Oh. Why is it a low number?
That's a good question. Let's find out what he accuses him of.
Aren't fully licensed. You're desperate to cover your sales.
And how are you going to prove that, detective?
How am I going to
Maybe
prove
one
that?
of my guys who would have overlooked a fault like this.
I guess you could show him the list and be like, well, this guy overlooked the fault.
Varley or Ryan?
Who's the one where you got the piece of evidence from? I think it was Varley, not Ryan.
I think
Because
so
you got
as
the
well.
regulator thing at the second house, right? The Sawyer house?
Yes.
That would make it this. The
Wait.
Varley one would be the.
Recovered from the Sawyer residence.
Yeah, so Varley.
Oh, yes, okay. Whoops. Sorry,
Yeah.
for whatever reason I was like, the Sawyer residence. That mean it must have been Ryan.
Yeah, so I guess you can name one of his guys.
You know about Varley.
Yeah, I know
He's
about
on the run
Varley.
for a divorce
Jesus.
interstate. It's not so bad.
Bunch of
What?
amateurs.
You in the
Oh,
habit
shit.
of hiring criminals?
This isn't what he thought you
We
knew.
need guys, detective. This boom is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I want you to get me a copy of the list of your installers.
I hope the arson guy is on there.
Okay.
Like the guy that sets all the fires is on this list.
Well, it's got to be someone who knew the flaw in the Insta-Heat Model 60 or whatever, right? Model 70.
This is going crazy at the moment.
Someone on this list probably is the arsonist. Let's have a look at it.
Matthew
Ernest
Ryan.
That whole list.
Walter Clements, John Elmgreen, Leroy
I wanna
Gable,
run it
Peter
by
Kelligrew,
ROI,
Robert Kuttner,
cross-reference for arsonists. See if any of these guys have any
Albert
previous- Sir, I need to use
Limehouse.
your phone.
Go right ahead.
Sir, I need to use your phone so that I can accuse one of your employees of arson. Just, no big.
Yeah. I mean, you've got leverage on this guy because, like, he's admitted, look, we're
hiring criminals. Well,
due to
they're not
the
hiring
housing.
arsonists, but they're hiring, like, what was the guy's crime? On the run from a divorce?
Putting you through now.
Yeah. Basically, their safety standards are not what they really should be, clearly. In multiple ways. It's not, it's probably not criminal, but it's bad.
I need to know if any of the
Well, it
following
might be
names have
criminal, slightly.
previous criminal history.
Okay, detective. Run the names.
Acevedo Ernesto, Clemens Walter.
Are they gonna list out all these
John,
names?
Gable Leroy,
Nice.
Peter,
I
Cutler Robert, Limehouse
I like it when the
Albert,
game
Manning
goes
Franklin,
full in on the,
Eves Raymond,
yes, we
O'Brien
will make
Thomas,
you go through this
Ryan
stuff.
Matthews,
Immersive.
Spurgeon William, Varley Reginald,
It's
Zurich
largely
Seaman.
unnecessary, but I also don't know how you could have...
Clemens Walter. Previous conviction
Ooh.
for arson and malicious damage. Burned down a house in Westwood in 1942. 4 years.
It does
jail
seem
term.
relevant.
Thanks.
Also, that was very quick.
Ryan
Like,
Matthew.
wow, they're
Charged
organized.
for contempt of court. Attempted murder. Plea bargain down to assault charge.
Probably not the guy.
Anyone else?
They didn't
Might
even
be-
add him to...
There is a Reginald
The-
Varley wanted
Ooh.
for murder by Detroit Police Department.
hang on. Matthew Ryan and Reginald Varley were the installers, and they're both murder and attempted murder? What the hell?
Yes. That is
Okay,
weird,
these
actually.
guys.
Employment roster is
Very
one
suspicious.
Gallery, Mr. Rasick. Desperate times indeed.
Can we talk to him again and be like, hey,
Do you have an
so...
address for Clemens?
He's working on an apartment building on Catalina and 3rd.
What about Ryan?
Currently working at a housing development on Normandy and 1st Street.
Varley, where is he?
Beverly and Mariposa, currently working on a new housing development. Hey, Varley's a good guy. You can't harass all my people.
These guys have lockers.
Yes,
Ooh.
they do. But my men have a right to some privacy. Don't you need a warrant or something?
Show him and keep quiet.
I like that the partner is now just like, Actually, maybe Cole Phelps is onto something here.
Here.
Yeah, I think he's been
No, I'm deeply
Kind
unhappy
of.
still,
Stick
actually,
around,
but...
Mr. Rasic.
Ooh. Great.
And
Oh,
Anarchist.
Kropotkin.
Interesting.
Oop, sorry. Nope, open that back. Cole, open that back up. Thank you. Sorry, I hit the B
Thank
button
you.
because I was like, okay, there's nothing more. They're not going to let me read the anarchist literature, but they are going to let me read the anarchist literature.
Nice. In existing states, a fresh law is looked upon as a remedy for evil. Instead of themselves altering what is bad, people begin by demanding a law to alter it.
Respect for law.
I should read
abuse
this.
Authority. Yeah, I meant
We
to
are
read.
so perverted by an education.
So, funny story. Like a day or two ago, somebody posted a picture of Uncle Iroh from Avatar: The Last. Oh Jesus, more anarchist panels.
What? Okay, so I guess.
But anyway, he looks kind of like
Some
Kropotkin.
light reading on the merciless capitalist machine.
Is this the same
So I guess
pamphlet? Same
Matthew
page as
Ryan
the
is
pamphlets?
the one-
Yes.
Ryan wants the world to be
He
a
must have been
better
handing
place.
them out to the other workers.
Don't we all?
So I actually want to go talk to Ryan first. I think.
Yeah,
Given
if
that he had unless this other guy also has a shitload of boxes of.
yeah, Matthew Ryan is sounding suspicious. Oh, hang on. Is that a mosquito coil?
The company went through thousands
It
of
is.
these in the war.
That's
Still
what's
got
been
eaten
used.
alive.
So
Varley then is also.
I would
maybe.
probably want to go talk to Varley first. Like,
You're right.
especially because like
And also,
I need to. So I did a bad thing there. I was like, oh, this guy's an anarchist. Obviously, he's burning homes down. No, he's fucking not.
You know that a mosquito
It's the guy with the
coil
mosquito
takes
coil.
an hour to burn down, Racing?
No, I didn't know that.
It's the favorite choice of ignition by arsonists. Gives them time to get away.
You're crazy.
also,
He probably
there was a
wouldn't
Reginald
even
Varley
use
wanted
that.
for murder, right?
Yes, both him and Ryan were wanted for murder. The other guy was
No,
wanted
Matthew
for arson.
Ryan was convicted of assault, and he was charged with attempted murder, but convicted with assault instead. Because
Clemens
Varley
was,
made.
Clemens was arrested for murder. Arrested for arson. Spent 4 years in jail.
Yes.
Varley
They're all
actually is
suspicious
wanted for
of-
murder in Detroit.
Yeah, if this is the same Varley, Varley is the most suspicious, I would say, for sure. I guess you get to choose where to go, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on
Well,
here either.
what? Oh, it's a cutscene. The scene has cut.
Somebody's starting a fire.
This is not a good thing to be doing.
No, yeah. But we don't know who that is. So yeah, let's go check out Varley.
Yeah, we've seen the guy, we don't know who he is. It's going to be one of the 3 installs for sure. This is cool, I like this case a lot.
Well, we know one of them was working on an apartment building, so if I had used that information, let me actually pull over and see
You were in
location.
combat.
In 1917. You know, I never fired my weapon in the line of duty.
That's nothing to be ashamed of. I hope your piece is still serviceable, Herschel.
I may be old and out
Okay,
of practice,
anyway.
but I'm still a Marine, Phelps.
It would be better for our case if we could bring him in, Herschel.
I like that Herschel is a World War I veteran. That's like a weird touch that I didn't think about.
Yeah, it's cool that he is like, the other Marine in the police force, but from the old days, which were
Also, the
somewhat
sad old Marine guy who's like not a war hero or anything. He's just like a sad old man who maybe
And
was in war.
mentions somewhat proudly that he's never fired his gun as an officer, which, good. You shouldn't
Big
be.
ups to the cutscene trigger there for saving me. I was going to have to back out and go around because there's a wall there that I didn't realize.
LAPD, Varley! Stop or I'll shoot!
This man isn't. Wait, it's not the same one because he doesn't have a hat. Also, the other guy was in a green thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's him, even though this guy... But he's, you know why he's running away? Because he's wanted for murder.
Yeah. I forgot about the part where you just aim your gun at them and they stop running.
Stop or I will shoot!
I was gonna
Nice.
chase him until I like tackled him, but yeah.
That seemed more effective.
Why did you run from us, Varley?
Because he's wanted for murder.
I guess you're the same Reginald Varley the Detroit police have an outstanding warrant on. How am I doing so far?
I need a lawyer before I talk to any of you.
So yes.
Reginald Varley, you're under
What? No,
arrest
no,
for committing
no,
a
no.
series of arsons. You're also under
You're
arrest for
moving too
murder.
fast,
Detroit
Mr.
PD will
Phelps.
be
Oh,
putting a
shit.
request for your extradition.
So wait, because I guessed wrong?
Your guess is arson.
No, I don't
Can't hang that
think
rap on
so.
me.
Be
Did
quiet. Be thankful we don't shoot you.
No, I did guess wrong because like,
Take him away, officer.
was that the end of it? Like we picked up the wrong guy for arson and now we're just done?
But hang on, did you get a choice at all?
No, I had to. I mean, like I got a choice in terms of who to arrest, but I didn't have a choice in terms of like, do you want to arrest this guy?
Oh, but it looks like you get to go talk to all of them.
I guess.
Oh, you know what it might be? It might be like homicide. You might get the 3 suspects at the end and have to finger whoever is the arsonist.
Yeah, and it could be none of them. So who was most suspicious after the guy that had literally the mosquito thing in his
Well,
locker?
Matt Ryan was the guy distributing anarchist literature, which doesn't make him an arsonist, but it does make him...
He was the
I
one
guess
that worked on the other one, right? Like Clemens didn't
Yeah,
work on
and he
either
would-
one.
Which kind of makes Clemens more suspicious, I think. Because, like, if you would you go and burn down a house you were registered as the last maintainer on?
That's a good point. Also, he was
Yeah,
the one that
I'm-
had a conviction for arson, or prior for arson, so...
Yeah, Clemens is my next bet then, since we now know... Well, Cole doesn't know, Biggs doesn't know, but we know that it's not Varley. That's a funny mechanic, actually. This case is not so much about figuring it out as... Yeah.
It reminds me of a discussion that we had a long time ago about like different detective shows and the ways that they handle the audience's information versus
Columbo
our information.
versus Christie kind of thing. Sometimes it's not about the question.
They really should have. I'm going to check after this video, but I don't think they ever made a Columbo game, and they really should have.
That was a real oversight, yeah. Hey, it's not too late. Might not be able to get the actors, but still license the IP. Or at least make something
I
similar.
think they're rebooting Columbo or something.
Oh, well, good timing
this is
then.
the guy. Isn't it?
Is it?
No, he has a different hat.
Big. We want some answers and we want them quick.
Just fucking stop doing your thing to the house.
What's this all about? Just tell me what you want.
Also a different car. So it's the guy with the anarchist literature.
Maybe.
You know Reginald
I think-
Varley?
No?
I didn't notice the car last
Can't
time,
say
so
I
I'm not
do.
so sure. Huh.
I'm going to doubt because we don't have evidence that he does. Also, he looks like a smug piece of shit.
Looks supercilious.
Detroit PD is after Reginald Varley for murder. You want us to run you in for aiding and abetting, Clemens?
Whoa, 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 whoa. All I know about Varley is
Ooh.
he gets kickbacks from some developer.
Hello. Maybe
Does
it
their work
was
first,
Farley.
Spreads it around if he can.
Oh man. Hard to tell.
You're a
I mean, it could be a different developer. Might not be Elysian Fields.
Contract for them. So
That's
what?
a very interesting way of saying, like, no, I am not licensed, but I do work for Insta-Heat.
Insta-Heat hires
Oh,
artists,
shit.
does it?
I've worked as a fitter all my life. Put everything I had into that house.
I like how you're just
My
checking the
company
numbers
works
and just
up
going
away
ahead.
to
Like, there's no
work
need to
settlement.
talk about them anymore. The numbers are right.
Spits 2 at a time
Oh
while
geez,
I'm
I don't like this guy.
No,
It's the
he's a...
house.
Okay, so he's an arsonist, but not like a habitual arsonist. He just burned the house, his ex-wife's house down
Sorry
because
about
he
the
was...
rocks, Clemens.
What?
You did the right thing.
Do you know Matthew Ryan?
He shook his hand because he burned his ex-wife's house down.
Don't know the name.
I'm not quite sure. That was an unexpected interaction, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You and Ryan are fifth columnists.
And how do you figure that, wise guy? What proof do you have? Been following me to meetings?
Wise guy.
Wait, this guy's Ryan, right? Or is this Clemens?
This is Clemens. Anarchist top
You
pen.
found a pamphlet
Yeah, it's kind
in
of
your
obvious.
locker, Clemens. We can add your name to the register. HUAC might want to interview you.
That shit was from Ryan. He's always pushing that shit on people. Drives me nuts. He's got it in for the company.
Okay.
All right, Clemens. You're off the hook for the moment.
Can I get back to work now?
Let's get out of here, Phelps. He ain't our guy.
Okay, so it is like homicide, but it's between 2 people and not 3. Because this guy is like
Yeah, he's
a bad
not
person, but probably not an arsonist. Also, he gave us helpful information on in terms of like, hey, that Varley guy gets kickbacks from a developer for some reason. Weird.
Yeah. So, and he obviously, as we expected, he let us know that Ryan gave out the pamphlets.
Yep.
We need to know more about Matthew Ryan, but apart from Varley, I mean, we could be misled because we've seen these cutscenes, right?
Yes.
With someone doing work.
It's
What
also
if those
possible that it's
cutscenes-
none of the 3 of them, because it wasn't that guy. Right?
I don't know,
we
but
didn't
like,
see him wearing a hat, so it could have been Varley.
yeah. What if he has a hat normally and wasn't wearing it when we met him? I reckon it's going to be one of the three people. Like, they wouldn't pull that trick twice in the game.
I don't know.
And also,
again, this
it's
is
just
the point where you have a higher opinion of Noire than I do. So
true.
I think
Yes, but also, but
absolutely
all the evidence also kind of really clearly points to it being insta-heat related.
yes.
But I mean, they don't like reuse gimmicks in the game generally like that. I would say.
I mean, they haven't yet. Who's to say?
I guess. You're like, I would believe anything from these people.
Yes, pretty much.
Are you Matthew Ryan?
Who's asking?
Again, no hat. So they did that on purpose, I think.
Arson.
They did. Clearly. Yeah.
Put this stuff in the car and I'll be right with you. Hold it.
This is going to be a car chase, isn't it?
Yep, it sure is. What a dumb idiot.
Yeah, so the two most...
Those are GI's backyard construction.
The damage is only cosmetic.
It's a one-man wrecking ball.
Move in. I'll take out the van.
Lay into his wheel well. Come on.
Jesus. Wow. What? No, you're supposed to stop
I want
that.
to kill those men.
They'll get out of the way.
Only if they hear him coming.
Close in, Phelps. We need to
I
take
almost
Ryan down
decapitated
before he
those
hurts
dudes.
somebody.
I'm going for the tires. That ought to slow the son of a bitch.
Well, this guy is definitely getting arrested.
Yeah.
Even if he wasn't the arsonist, he's done some problems. Actually,
Holy
I kind of
shit.
wonder if... Wow! Slightly safe vehicle.
I think I accidentally just shot the ground.
Put your hands in the air.
Because I hit the right trigger because I wanted to run faster.
You got a reason to be scared, Ryan?
Matthew Ryan, I'm arresting you on suspicion of committing a series of arsons.
Okay, so the facts that we know about him. He's an anarchist, but the other guy was getting kickbacks from a developer. That's kind of...
Yeah. No, hang on. Wasn't it Barley who took kickbacks?
Yes, it was Varley that took the kickbacks. That's what I meant. The other guy is the one that was taking the kickbacks.
So if that developer was Elysian Fields...
We have 3 suspects. As much as I'd like it to be Chapman, I think it's one of the other 2 guys. Let's get to the station and close this
I
case.
wonder if you, for some reason, if for some reason you fail repeatedly to ever connect them to InstaHeat, which didn't really seem that hard in this instance, like, then you have to arrest the other guy and you're just like, well, we did it.
Well, we can check in the wiki later. That would be an interesting outcome. Thankfully, it's not the one that's going to happen because that guy did not.
I mean, again, it's still possible that he did, but it seems fairly suspicious about the other 2 guys. Specifically, Barley is where I'm leaning right now.
Yeah, I don't think we know enough information to know who it was, and I hope that one of them like cracks an interrogation or something.
Yeah.
Or we get a...
The reason I think it was Varley is because he had the mosquito thing in his locker.
Right, the mosquito coil. He did, yeah.
Which, like, I guess you could have for work-related reasons, but it doesn't seem like you would keep it.
Yeah, like having a mosquito coil at home, fine, sure, that's reasonable, but why one in his locker will work?
But also, it seems like a weird place to store your arson materials in your work locker that has your name on it. Like, that just doesn't seem very smart.
Except if you didn't spoken to police chief Albert, fire chief, you might not think of it as arson materials. It's just a mosquito coil, right?
That's true. I got the jitters again. That's the only reason that I even think that, so...
I have 2 suspects.
Yeah.
Phelps, you got nothing.
Thankfully, Biggs knows what he's talking about when it comes to the arson stuff. He was like, yeah, mosquito coils, arsonists.
Barley's in 2.
Hey, Hopkins, you practicing your asshole routine again? Come on, Phelps.
I like that Biggs is immediately like, yeah, no, I'm not doing the interview. Also, don't be a dick.
Yeah, like it's clearly both motivations, isn't it?
This thing off your chest.
If that's your opening gambit, you better
Oh,
try
this isn't the
again.
guy that I want to accuse. I want to leave, actually.
I don't think you can leave. I think we're trapped in here.
Yep.
Yep, once you start talking to someone, you have to kind of continue.
Change the world.
Yes,
I
do.
really hope that I just don't screw up
So
one of
does
these
every
questions here.
reasonable person.
And you're doing your part.
Alright, let's do it correctly then.
Does that include sabotaging water heaters to destroy a company?
No, it
I
does
have
not.
no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I see. Like he's kind of theorizing what if...
Oh, okay, this is one where I'm going to deliberately get it wrong because if I get it correct,
What?
like the correct answer is lie anarchist literature.
Yeah, maybe. It might be, yeah. I'm not sure, but it might be. Go on, though. I don't understand.
So I want to get it wrong on purpose, because if I say lie, the campaign is check out all this anarchist literature you have. But that's stupid.
It's like I made a mistake.
I guess.
So I'm going to say, like, you've got no idea, and I'm going to say, truth, I believe you. You've got no idea.
Insta-heat is to blame for all of your problems.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I still really want to just leave here, because
this
this...
a diaphragm in the regulator valve of a Model 70 heater.
No, I don't.
That's... okay. This must be a lie also, because that number's very low.
Yeah,
You know enough to do your job. You know enough to do that repair. You're lying, Ryan.
I don't know if I like this policy deliberately, yeah.
Deliberately getting the questions wrong?
Yeah, but so let's have a look at the evidence for this one at least. Like,
so this one, he serviced the heater.
But yeah, he did, but that doesn't mean he knows how to disable them. But what's the RASIC statement evidence? Ease of pressure regulator tampering.
Oh,
that could be it. Yep.
The heat said that you've all been trained to do it. It's
There we
a
go.
common repair.
Because I remember the guy saying it was easy to fix, easy to fix, easy to break.
So I know how it's done. But what would be the point? You'd just end up with a gas leak and then a small fire when you turn the pilot back on.
And if you didn't reset the pilot and the gas spread, what was the cause of the fire in your own home, Ryan?
I won't tell you.
Wait, did this guy also have a fire?
Huh.
What can you tell me about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
This is the key question. Like, if he's got any association with them, that's... he's blinking at us.
Yes. My guess is that he's going to say, like, Varley told me about him, and I didn't want to take their fucking capitalist pig dog money.
That's, yeah, probably what I'm going to check.
Suburban is a front for you. They're arranging for people to be out of town while you burn their houses down.
Suburban? What's that got to do with me?
Thank you. Okay, maybe I guess I should have gotten the anarchist question correct on purpose, because it might still give me the opportunity to not accuse him.
Cozy agreement. Matthew Ryan's statement. Interesting. Yeah, it's not going to make you charge him. You have...
I'm still worried because I still remember the guy, the communist homeless guy from that one murder case that I suddenly arrested despite not wanting to.
But that was because you got the questions wrong on the other guy. Like, if you get them right in both cases, you always get the option of charging both, right?
I actually... So that's just been, like, in my lizard brain as far as, like... Sorry, I missed the question, actually. I need to...
The game has trained you wrong, yeah.
I have no such
But the
thing.
optimal outcome always comes from getting everything right, basically. This is always an option.
And how exactly are you going to prove that?
This time I missed the question. Fuck.
He's got a murder charge or something. His criminal record. Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, that seems like the answer. I guess this is because you got the questions right when you talked to his boss.
Yes.
No criminal liability was the verdict. They said that they couldn't have known that the faulty heater installation would cause a fire.
That is information that we did not have
All
before.
I know is I lost my whole family. And the company that was responsible...
Wait, so
got away
his
with it.
his family was killed by a faulty heater installation, burning a house down.
As
Huh.
Festos Water Heater Company.
Nope,
That's
gonna
it for
leave.
the moment, Ryan.
Goodbye.
So I can go?
That's interesting.
As soon as your red friends stormed the building and
Because, like, that gives him a motive to try and destroy the company. Like, now Colt's first question makes sense, yeah. Like, you could kind of see this guy doing it to destroy InstaHeat.
Yeah.
But procedure says
Why do you think that's silly?
Well, for the same reasons I just said is why. Like, he probably thinks...
It's possible, but, like,
Let's talk to Val, basically.
A man who lost his family in a fire probably isn't going to be setting more...
No, he blames the heater company for it, right? And he's this big old anarchist.
Fuck Ryan, that pinko bastard.
Have you ever worked on a place on Rosewood Avenue?
Please lie about this.
You know what? I want to be careful here. Like, it's possible that Cole is blinding himself to the fact of this not being a big conspiracy.
That's true.
But only possible.
Why are you lying to me, Mark? If Suburban wants their new installations completed, why are you bothering with wrecks like the Sawyer house?
So I'm lying just because I can't remember if I was there or not?
Yeah, thank you. This is a very easy question to be like, yeah, you were there. You signed the thing.
Okay.
Your name
Yeah,
is on the inside
it's there.
door of their water heater.
But interestingly, that makes me think he probably didn't burn the house down, because, like, he wouldn't have been that stupid, right?
Yeah.
They wanted that guy out.
Sawyer kept complaining about not being able to get his heater service, so they threw in a free service as a sweep. I think I let him know. Because he still wouldn't sell.
Huh. What if it really was Ryan?
Word is, you're in
That would
the pocket
be
of some property.
extremely unfortunate.
Never. I got principles.
This is where you use Ryan's statements against him, though.
Yes.
How did Suburban
Or
squeeze
the
Did they find out
other
about the
guy,
record?
not
There's no
the one that
way
we
he
don't have
knows
arrested.
You were wasting
Yeah.
your time.
He also told us about that.
Oh, right, did he?
Clemens.
Oh, yeah, Walter Clemens and Matthew Ryan. Yeah, we can prove the fuck out of this.
We actually have both of them, but I'm going to use Walter Clemens's because he's not the one currently under arrest for the other crime.
Makes
Clemens says you offered to cut him.
makes sense, yeah. He's more credible.
I'll testify in court.
Suburban, they got real-time pressure on getting some of the big developments finished. There's some big date that they can't afford to miss. So yeah, I took their money.
Huh.
But so did a lot of guys, all right? Carpenters, electricians, plumbers.
Big date.
It's no big conspiracy.
That's actually kind of credible.
Yes.
What would reversing the diaphragm of an insta-heat
I don't think either of these guys did it.
Yeah, I made that mistake before.
You could be right.
deliberately sabotage the water heater at the Sawyer house?
No, I did not. Out of your mind?
That's a low number.
I don't believe you, Varley. I think Suburban wants homeowners who don't want to sell out of the way.
Yeah,
You're out of your mind. Where is the evidence that I have done anything to contribute to this fire? Huh?
That is a good question.
The locker mosquito coil?
coils?
That would be the only evidence, basically. It's not enough evidence. It's thin, but it's...
I mean, the other evidence that we had was also, like, circumstantial. Like...
Yeah, but this is... If the answer is lie, right, the number was 55%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got to be lie. I mean, the numbers are not wrong.
The numbers have not turned us wrong yet.
So that's got to be the evidence, I think.
Because it's not going to be that. It wouldn't be that, would it? No, wait, that's from the Sawyer evidence, isn't it? No,
yeah.
no, it could be the regulator valve, but that would be silly. So I'm going to say the mosquito coils, yeah.
Yeah.
Arsonists use cigarettes and mosquito coils as time delay fuses.
Cole does a good job of, like, regurgitating this thing he had no idea about an hour ago and being authoritative about it.
Those things, they belong to Ryan, all right? He asked me to hold them because his locker's full of stupid pamphlets.
Huh.
I thought he used them for camping.
I don't know whether I believe that. But I'm going to go talk to Ryan.
We're done for now.
And find out if that's true.
So what happens? You're either going back to Detroit to face a murder rap, or you're staying here to answer for these arsons.
I mean, that, yes.
Answer. So, I mean, this is jail no matter what, but...
So, do we believe him that those are actually... Like, I'm not sure that we're going to get a chance to talk to Ryan again.
Yeah, it might just be, do you want to charge him or not? So if that happens, what do we think? Reginald Varley is, like, he could well be a killer.
Nope, we can just charge or leave.
Alright, let's think about this.
So, there's an anarchist guy who had a bunch of anarchist literature in his locker. He has a vengeance against a different water heater company.
Here's a theory of what... Okay, Reginald Varley, right? He knew the other two, Clemens and Ryan, and we know he was soliciting Clemens to work for Suburban like he did, right?
Yes.
What if he also solicited Ryan? Because Ryan didn't say that, but Clemens said it because he wasn't really involved. If they were all being asked by Suburban, hey, could you do extra work for us? Then what it comes down to is which of them would have agreed to do arson for Suburban redevelopment?
I don't think the anarchists would, because, like, they're a...
Yeah, he's like a big development company. Yeah, he wouldn't... Well, yeah, unless it's like a double bluff where he's like, oh yeah, I don't like corporations.
Now I'm really regretting getting that anarchist literature question wrong on purpose.
It might have been relevant, yeah.
Well...
Okay,
I kind of want to just charge Reginald Varley.
I don't. But can I provide a good reason for it?
Yes.
I think the acting... I think he convinced me. Like, his two answers... Okay, the two questions which were lie for Varley, where we proved him wrong twice, both times his answers were, like, quite good. Like, he was all, oh yeah, I didn't want to tell you about that because it would make me look suspicious. And yeah, the coil, what the, oh, Ryan gave that to me. I found those convincing. I thought they were at odds with his earlier demeanor where it was pretty obvious he was lying. I think Matthew Ryan has been successfully lying to us, is my guess.
So I think that the chief would be happier if we arrested Ryan.
Yeah.
Because they always.
I mean, Varley's got a. Has he got an open warrant for Varley? They probably wouldn't. But yeah, Ryan's an anarchist, so they probably would like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and besides, like Varley's going to go to jail in Detroit, so.
Oh yeah, two cases made is better than one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess the career-y thing is Ryan.
I don't really believe him that it's actually Ryan's mosquito coil. Like that just seems really weird.
It does, but I don't believe that Varley worked for Suburban Redevelopment Fund. He did work. Obviously, he worked for. I don't believe that he did arson for them. If it was Suburban Redevelopment employing someone, I reckon it was probably neither of these guys.
Yeah, that's where I'm thinking. Like, actually, it's just some other guy, and both of these guys are red herrings because we're just doing homicide over again.
It's possible.
I think I'm going to accuse Reginald Varley, mostly because I don't like him.
I don't know.
It's a terrible way of doing this, but like I said, I don't think either of these guys are actually guilty, and...
You might be right,
in
which case it's a matter of do you want 5 stars or not, because I think you're right. I think Ryan would be the people are happy with you option. Yeah, well, I guess Phelps is at least good at his job, because look, he got us a communist.
Yeah.
Because they want more distinction. You sure you don't want that?
Man... Let me.
Do you want to be yelled? I agree that Varley is unlikable. On the other hand, he's going to prison anyway. But then again, we don't really want to send random innocent people to prison, do we? Although, is Ryan innocent, or is he innocent of this? Well, he might not even be. Like, the thing about it being his mosquito coil, right?
I still don't believe that. Like, yeah, it came out when we hit lie, and I don't think they've ever actually given us false information after succeeding on a lie.
Yeah. You know what? I think it's true. But I don't think he did the arson. I think he happened to own a mosquito coil. That's my guess.
And I think he happens to be an anarchist, and I think he happens to have had his family killed in a fire. But...
Yeah, I mean, the game has given us the expectation that when you have to pick between two people, it will turn out to be neither of them. And maybe that's what's happening again, or maybe it's subverting it. I don't know. But I wouldn't be too surprised if, it's neither. I'm with you if you want to pick based on the effects of the pick, basically, rather than... Yeah, I'm not convinced that either of them did it.
I think given that we had Varley as, like, the entry point for the massive development thing, like, it would be weird if he didn't know about it, at least. Also, he's a murderer, so I'm just going to charge him.
But hang on, but he's...
I'm charging
okay.
a series of arsons, and for the murders.
All right.
I mean, not this murder particularly, but he did murder somebody back in Detroit. So.
I'm no cold-blooded criminal. I could never burn up a whole family in their home.
They were never supposed to be in their home, is the thing. Like, he wouldn't have known.
Yeah, he wouldn't have. It's true. Like,
keep your mouth shut and listen to me for a second.
Yep, gonna get yelled at for not arresting the anarchist.
How is it you can bring no less than 3 suspects into my station, conduct extensive interviews, sift through mountains of evidence with Lynch and Pinker, and still manage to charge the wrong fucking guy?
What? How do you know it's the wrong fucking guy?
Because the other one's an anarchist.
Yeah, I guess.
But... And you made me look like a jerk. You may not be much of an arson investigator, but I hear you're merciless on the beat. Get going.
I still don't think either of them did it. I think maybe you made the right choice ultimately because, yeah, I am convinced neither of them did it, and so we picked someone who was at least a murderer to charge with murder. That's something. Oh, look at that. Yeah, case against Varley looks dangerously thin. And again, the case against the other guy looked pretty damn thin, so...
Like, you could inflate it by, like, look, he's an arsonist, and he hates a different company, but... do you mind opening up the wiki and seeing what the other results of the case were?
Yep, I'll look it up and not tell you any spoilers, because arson is spoiler-free for you. Let me see. Okay, so
like I said, I really don't think either of them did it. I think it wanted me to accuse the arsonist or the anarchist man, but it didn't really seem like he had done it either. And we got a shot of a man wearing a hat, and neither of these men had hats. Some man with a hat is out there burning houses down.
Yeah, it's true. Like, the hat may have been actually... Oh, you know what? I think you're right. I think the hat was to tell us, the player, yeah, once again, it's neither of these guys, just go with it. Okay, so what do you want to know from this wiki?
I want to know... I'm assuming 5 stars is you have to accuse the other guy, right?
That is correct. You would have to accuse Ryan to get 5 stars.
Okay. And if... is it possible to accuse the first guy, the guy that we arrested, as just like this guy was watching the fire?
No, it is not. Ultimately, it comes down to one of those two. Those are the options, those guys.
Huh.
If you screw up at the start, you can end up without enough evidence to accuse one or either of them, in which case you end up, I think, accusing Ryan, but they're still mad at you. Because they're like, well, it must have been the anarchist, but we can't prove it. Yeah.
The only other question I have is... Well, no, that would be spoilery, because I was going to say, like, did the anarchist guy do it? Like, I'm guessing no, he didn't, but that would be spoilery to confirm.
Yeah, indeed, I am not answering that question. It's I will tell you, though, what he would have said if you'd not got the first question wrong. He would have told you that Hephaestus, the company he hated, was bought out by InstaHeat, who were continuing to manufacture their same shitty heater systems that burned down his own house.
Okay. Yeah, I probably would have gone for him then. And still probably been wrong. I still don't think he did it, but I think they did want me to arrest him for it.
I'm maintaining my pre-looking at a wiki page attitude here of, probably didn't do it. Probably neither of them did it. It's but yeah, if you got that question right, it would have given him a fairly strong motive, I think, Ryan.
Yes. And
whereas
he had, if you
motive.
believed that it was his mosquito coil, then yeah, totally, he would have had the motive, the items, and everything, which is very convenient, but also maybe he actually did.
I think let's take this as the question is not closed. I think it's being made kind of obvious in this case that it's not one of them, and the story is not over. We'll probably see more of who was really working for the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. I'm not sure about... Okay, so I really liked that case until the end. I'm not bringing back the homicide thing as a one-off. It's kind of a way of the game signaling, this thing is happening again, let's see if you can catch it this time. I don't know if that was the right thing to do, though. It kind of isn't really more fun than before.
I'm going to enjoy it more, probably, because at this point... Well, no. At this point, I figured it out way earlier than I did in Homicide, even. Like, in Homicide, I was like, maybe one of these is a red herring case.
Yeah,
but
you're meant to figure it out, clearly, this time, but that still kind of sucks.
Like, you're making me pick 2 wrong answers, and one of them is the right wrong answer, because it gets the good ending instead of the bad one.
Yeah,
but, you're still arresting innocent people.
And it was the bad ending is almost kind of better in this case. Like, I would rather, I think, that the police chief guy incorrectly tell you off for
arresting a man who is already guilty of murder. Well, we actually don't know if he's guilty of murder. He's wanted for murder.
Yeah, but I think the implication is, though, the way he acted, etc., is that he ran away for a good reason.
Yeah.
Whether or not he would have... Yeah, it seemed like he thought he was going to be found guilty, at least. Lots of vehicle damage also, but...
yeah.
That wasn't your fault, of course. Never is.
Some of it was.
Yeah, good case until the ending. I really liked the arsonness of it and the new characters and changes and stuff.
Yeah, until the guy shook the hand of the guy for burning his ex-wife's house down. I liked him. I like him considerably less now, but he's still he reminds me of Rusty Galloway, but sadder and older, so I like that.
Yeah, it's not clear to me what Biggs' motivations were there. Was he effectively apologizing for having falsely accused him? Or was he you
that's a good reason to burn your house down.
You did the crime and then did the time. Yep, that seems like you're a good person. Or was he actively approving of being like, I'm so mad that my wife won the house in a divorce settlement, I'm burning out. Does he think that was a good thing? Not clear. It was incongruous, yeah, to me anyway.
Do not know. Let's check and see if there's a flashback here then.
Oh yes, let's do that. I really like Biggs, but at the same time, there's clearly some reasons he's a social outcast.
Yes.
He doesn't get along with most people, and maybe he's got some weird opinions. He does seem like a fundamentally good person, though. Oh, flashback.
There is a flashback. They seem to have let Cole Phelps back into the lead.
He's a first lieutenant now, so this must be his new squad. These are in fact all the guys who we saw dead in Manifest Destiny. For them.
Well, at least we know that they don't die here.
True, presumably do some heroic marine thing instead of dying.
Ooh, flamethrowers. Wait, why are they torching a random house?
Yeah. Destroying villages, I guess, to stop people from hiding in them. They're like sweeping through Okinawa, making sure that
First and second. We have more
Kelso.
buildings to clear. You know our orders,
There's
Sergeant.
barely a building left standing or not on fire in your zone, Cole. Is your sector full of Japs?
Questioning my command.
The
Oh.
captain doesn't want anyone
He's
falling
just burning a
behind.
bunch of random buildings because he's mad.
Join him when the job is done.
Or because he's scared. Like Cole at this point is so shook
Just
in
give
the
us
war,
the
he
word,
probably doesn't
Sergeant.
want the
Take
risk
care
of
of
like ever fighting a guy.
That Jap lover's a fucking liability.
We're here to kill Japs, not our own people.
Star-crossed son of a bitch.
Why is he
No one
both a
wants to
Jap
serve under
lover
his
and
bad
also
fucking
like?
luck.
Remember earlier on he
We have a
speaks
job to
Japanese
do.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
but
He was
he's
like, "I
trying to burn
respect
down
you
all
on
of their
that."
houses.
Yeah. I guess the men's view of him is clearly not consistent. But you definitely get the sense that they kind of fucking hate him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
that was a
well,
flashback, right?
That's an interesting name for a next case. I assume we're going to find more information about the case we just solved.
A walk in Elysian Fields, yeah, clearly. Okay, so yes, that confirms that I think the name of the next case, obviously those guys were not the real arsonists, and they did the bait and switch thing again as a callback, which I
is
still
stupid.
think was the wrong move. Yeah, good case, bad ending.
La Noire, it's a real mixed bag shading downward is my take right now.
I think when most of something is good, that's good mostly.
I don't think that most of this something is good. Is where we're at, I think, on the difference.
It's just like, I don't know, the day-to-day, moment-to-moment experience of the game is good, and it looks good, and it's like fun gameplay, and the story is really cool, and the
It's fun
sub-story
as
is
long
like,
as you're succeeding. If you ever happen to fail at anything, it immediately feels like shit. Like, you fail a question, and you're just like, oh, I've been locked out of half of the case because I missed this. Like, getting that question was going to get me this crucial piece of evidence, which is going to get me this other lie later on down the road, which you never know if any individual question is going to do that to you. So you have to be on your guard for all of them.
But like for any crucial thing where it's like changes the outcome of the case, there's always two ways to get it. Like always two clues you can get or whatever. And or always like if you miss this, you get to go to this other location and find the information some other way. So there's always backups. And most questions aren't that high stakes. Like most of them just result in like some interesting dialogue or some a little bit of information which don't alter the outcome of the case. Like I think it's not as high pressure on a question by question basis as you're making out.
Well, they really could have fooled me because it always feels like that.
It did sometimes in Homicide. Before we kind of fully remembered / cottoned onto what was going on, it felt like, oh, these are life or death for someone decisions, and each of them matters in Homicide, actually, yeah.
I really hope that all of Arson isn't just all of Homicide recaptured.
No,
like, it would kind of make sense narratively. Like, Cole Phelps's big break as a detective was Homicide and solving it.
Okay, so let's talk about the narrative for a second. That is what Cole wants it to be. Cole wants Arson to be a reprise of Homicide where he gets it right this time, right? Like, he has the theory about Suburban Redevelopment Fund. He's like, these guys are behind it. And I assure you, going into the next case, he's going to be like, neither of them did it. We should got to find the real guy. Because that's what happened to him in Homicide, right? He was like, the Black Dahlia. But he didn't get the credit for that. Instead, he got moved sideways to Vice, etc., etc. Now he wants to absolve himself and kind of defeat the bad guys on the force and be like, see, I've done it again. But that's not how it's going to go down for him.
I mean, maybe it is. Maybe that guy literally did do it, and the entire conspiracy thing is just in Cole's head. That would be a bummer then.
It would be a bummer, actually. Yes, I would be bummed by that. The differences between that flashback we just saw was actually like kind of it re-interested me after the disappointment of the ending of that case, because I really enjoy the difference between flashback Cole and in-game Cole, where he's like confident and polite even after his defeat, like by Roy, after being demoted and everything. He's kind of a bit sad, a bit stoic, etc., but he's like, acting like a forceful and successful person, as if by acting that way he can make himself believe it.
Yeah.
But back in Okinawa, he was a cowardly shithead, and everyone knew it, and he was not a leader, and he was put in this position he could not live up to. And we're just showing repeatedly, that's who he was under pressure. It's the distinction between those two things. What changed? Was there some inflection point, or was it a gradual process? And also question, has he really changed?
I don't think
How much?
I think at this point it's fairly clear that, like, well, he's not the same person that he was in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
But
how different is he, and what happened to make him as different as he is, and is it enough?
It clearly isn't enough, because he still ended up being a bad person. Again,
Yeah,
not a
it
criminal,
wasn't.
but a bad person.
Yeah. I guess we shouldn't keep going forever, though, or this episode would be too long.
It probably already is, just like the last couple. That's another thing that I haven't liked of late, is the case is going too long. But
this one was too long? I disagree. I think this one was
this
fine.
one was appropriate length, but I think that it's going to come out like another hour-and-a-half case. So, but hopefully not too
maybe.
much longer, which is why I'm going to end this video now. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone. See you on Le Noire.